Hey guys, today we have an advanced equivalent exchange video.
Yeah, so we're going to show you a little more stuff on equivalent exchange. We're going to show you how to turn some things into diamonds.
Yeah, and this is really the big part of equivalent exchange.
Yeah, so once you get to a certain point with this, you'll notice that you'll have a huge stack of diamonds.
Yeah, this is really expensive to make though, so...
The first thing we're going to make is an energy collector.
Yep. You can teach all these machines to your transportation tablet. We didn't.
Right, so what an energy collector does is it takes light energy and upgrades fuels.
Yeah, so it'll take energy from the sun or like a glowstone. The glowstone block is the best thing to put on top of it because it'll get you 4 EMC per second.
Right, so right now it's just taking energy from the lights that are up there, but once you put a glowstone on it, you'll notice it'll start taking energy from that.
Yeah, it's around 4 per second. And it will add on this EMC onto fuels that you input in.
So here's a box filled with all of the fuels in Minecraft. The two ones that you might not know are Mobius and Aeternalis fuel.
Along with the alchemical coal right there on the top.
Right, so to make these, you can put regular fuels and put them in the bottom slot on the right, under the sun there, and they'll slowly get upgraded into the next best thing.
Yeah, glowstone will get upgraded into Mobius fuel in about 2 minutes, and then Mobius fuel will go onto Aeternalis fuel in about 22 minutes. So it's a long process.
So here we're going to make another one of these
to make an antimatter relay.
So an antimatter relay includes obsidian here and a glass.
The energy collector.
What you do with an antimatter relay is you can take energy from your energy collector and you can transform things into other things.
Yep, so you can just put, it'll basically store EMC, so you can just put items in and it'll turn it into EMC and store it in that little bar at the top.
So the reason the bar wasn't filling up is because there's a glowstone ready to be turned into some Mobius fuel. But now it's filling up. You can see the bar is filling up on the top.
If the collector is using something and it's making something on its own, then it won't power the relay.
If you put something on the left side where the flame is, it'll add EMC to your storage container.
It has a lot of slots, but it's not really useful because it'll eat through them pretty fast.
Right, so as you can see, depending on what you put in, you can get more EMC in there. So we're just going to put some Aeternalis fuel in because it's worth a lot of EMC.
Yeah. Each Aeternalis fuel is the same EMC as a diamond.
Right, but you don't want to throw all your diamonds in there. In this case, you can transform fuels into regular materials.
And you get the Aeternalis fuel from just upgrading the Mobius fuel in the energy collector.
So what you want to do is put this Mobius fuel around a diamond to get this little, we call it an EMC battery.
Yeah, it's called a Condenser Ein. There's several tiers of these. And it charges up, it takes the EMC from the relay.
So what you can do is you can carry now EMC around in this little battery, and if you notice, when you put it into your regular transmutation table, you can get something from it depending on how much EMC is inside it.
Yeah, you can't get EMC by its actual worth, it's just what's stored in it. And as you can see, you can get either diamonds or matter or fuel, so it's a good way to exchange matter and fuels.
Yeah, so this is the big thing, because you can actually transform fuels into regular materials.
Yeah, so now you can get all the Aeternalis fuel that you built up with your energy collector, you can turn it into diamonds this way.
So we're just going to get a few of these, and we'll move on.
You will need a ton of EMC, like literally hundred thousands of EMC.
Also, if you had noticed, you can get more of these Condenser Eins by using a Condenser Ein filled with energy.
Yep.
What you're going to want to do is take 4 of these and put them in your personal crafting table to get the next upgrade.
Yep. And this one will store twice as much, and it will also get loaded faster. So it saves you a bit of time.
So I believe there are 8 tiers of these.
Yeah, around 8.
Around 8. Some number that's ridiculous. And what you can do is you can keep upgrading them the same way. So you just put 4 of them in the corner and they'll just upgrade faster and they'll hold more.
So right now we're just putting an alchemical chest in the middle along with diamonds and obsidian to get an energy condenser.
An energy condenser is also sort of like a big, huge, I guess a battery box or whatever you want to call it. It'll also store a huge amount of EMC.
And it'll get it from the relay.
And so this sort of lets you mass produce things with your EMC as well. Whatever you put in the top corner there, it'll start to draw energy from your relay.
Yep, as you can see, this one's draining right here, and I'll start making bread on this side.
So what you can do is, we've sped it up a bit as you can see, but it's just drawing power quite slowly. But if you throw material on the inside that isn't your bread or whatever you've put in the corner, then it'll add to the EMC value.
Yep. So we're just getting a diamond to show the process with a diamond. So now I'll turn all the diamond into bread.
So this sort of renders our farm useless. It's a bit disappointing.
But, you know. And now we don't want that much bread, so we're gonna turn it back into diamond.
So what you can do is, the great thing that's about this is you can put a diamond in the top corner, and because the diamond isn't in the bottom and it's bread, it'll turn all of the bread back into diamond.
So if you have an energy collector beside an antimatter relay and then an energy condenser beside it, you'll basically be getting items out of solar EMC.
So here's the sort of best setup you can get from this. And we're going to be showing you this with 17 of these energy collectors, 1 of the storage containers, and 5 relays.
This can be upgraded, but it's real expensive, and it's not. We'll have it in a more advanced video. So you just want to follow this setup that we're going to build, and you just want to cover all the. You just basically want to have the energy condenser in the middle, and then cover every side with the
antimatter relays.
Yeah, and then cover every face of the antimatter relay with the energy collectors.
So I guess the idea is it sort of goes in this kind of pattern. It's a lot like a solar flower, if you've ever seen one before. So every single side of everything is covered with the next tier down.
Yeah.
So you'll see that here.
You want to leave the top one from the energy condenser, because that way you can access it and get your whatever you're making.
You could always put an antimatter relay there, and that would speed up the process.
But
so if you ever want to make something for a really long period of time, you can always just pop that on the top, and then you should be a little bit faster, and then you can just take it off when you're ready.
Yep, and these ones don't need the glowstone on top, because the collectors themselves will produce light, so one will be lighting up the other one, so you don't need the glowstone on top. If it was one on its own, you do need a light source. Because this is in the snow, you want to have like a glass roof on top, so that the snow doesn't fall directly on top of the collectors and just blocking them from making stuff.
Yeah, that'll slow it down a bit. We've actually noticed we've gotten already, I think, four stacks of diamonds, and it's only been a couple days. So with this setup, you'll render pretty much everything you do with industrial diamonds. Anything like that will be pretty much useless. So
yep.
it kind of ruins it just a bit.
Yep.
So if you want to take the slow route, you can do that. But this is quite an expensive.
Yeah, to get to this spot, you would have mined a lot before.
Yeah. So this is almost set up now, and we'll just pop a diamond on the top there in a sec.
And this setup will produce a diamond every 13 minutes, I think. If you have a relay on the top and then surrounded by collectors, it'll be faster, like a couple minutes faster.
Right, because this is a server, especially, it runs while you're gone or while you're sleeping. Anytime, it runs 24/7. So the next thing we're going to be doing is using something called dark matter to upgrade these machines to their second level.
Yeah. So there you go. That's the recipe for dark matter.
So you're going to need 1 dark matter for every relay or energy collector that you're going to need to upgrade.
Yeah. What the upgrade does is it'll make it faster, and it'll store more EMC.
You can use these upgraded dark matter versions in the same setup that we just showed you. So you can actually slowly start switching out your relays for Mark II relays, and the same thing with the other ones, and you should be able to slowly upgrade them while still getting the speed upgrade.
Yeah, they're compatible, the tier 1 with the tier 2, they're both compatible, so no need to rush.
So as you can see here, the setup is almost pretty much identical, but there's a little bit more space on the left.
Yeah. And it'll also produce, it has a random chance of producing a bit extra EMC. Not that significant, but I guess it helps.
And it also holds more, and it charges the batteries faster.
Yeah, that's the big thing. And now we're going to show the tier 2 collector.
So again, the tier 2 collector works the same way. It requires one dark matter on the top. And again, it'll slowly collect more energy from the sun faster.
Yeah, this one will get you more EMC per second. So if you have a setup with 17 of these and the 5 relays, then you'll be getting a diamond every 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah, so that, as you can see, that setup is pretty crazy. Again, it sort of ruins the game a little bit, gets a bit boring.
Yep.
But this is also a great way to get diamonds, so there you go.
And you will want to store all those diamonds for future upgrades to these machines, which we'll show in a future video for Economic Exchange.
Well, so that's about it. Thanks very much. Comment, rate, subscribe, and we'll see you guys soon.
Yep, see ya.